But yeah, this is living the dream. 2 Techathals. Imagine you're just walking around Phyrexia, just minding your own business. Suddenly, 2 Cthulhu beastmen come up to you and just start prodding you with tentacles. And you're like, oh, not again. Sick of last time. Hello. Today we're looking at Proliferate Tribal with Tekuthal Inquiry Dominus. It is a mono-blue Proliferate deck looking to... Yeah, sorry, I actually can't keep that voice up. It's actually a bit too hard to do Matt Berry at all times. But yeah, if you like Matt Berry, then you can be my friend because he's very funny. So Techathile, as I said, proliferate twice if you would proliferate once. So doubles proliferation. Pretty ludicrous, really. I've actually just noticed in the artwork that looks like Vorinclex standing on the left, and that could be Urabrask on the right. So Techathile is bigger than Vorinclex, which is kind of crazy. So the other ability it has, flying 3/5. You can remove 3 counters from other artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers you control to put an indestructible counter on Techathile Inquiry Dominus. So let's get this out of the way. This is my favourite Dominus of the Dominus cycle. I think it's just really interesting and powerful and cool. And he looks like Cthulhu, but like Cyber Cthulhu. So how do you want to abuse the deck? Well, anything with Proliferate. The deck has a lot of proliferation cards, so let's just see exactly what we have. So we've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 ways to proliferate in the deck. Some of the new ones, Thrumming Bird, when it hits proliferate. Serum Snare, Bouncer Thing, you can proliferate if it's small. Augury, look at the top 3, put on Chan, proliferate. Pretty crazy. The main things that you want to proliferate are stuff like Planeswalkers. So we've got Ugin to deal with most threats on the battlefield. You've got Teferi, which you can proliferate not only him, but the token that he makes, which gets counters on it as well. The best stuff to proliferate is stuff like Narset, because it can't actually go up by itself, which is pretty good. The other day, I actually managed to kill somebody using Prologue to Phyresis, which is the only blue card, I think, which gives a poison counter ever. Well, on Historic Brawl. But it was created because they used Teferi's protection, and I poisoned them. It doesn't target, so it's still poison, and then I proliferated 10 times, and I beat the game, and it was just insane. This card is ludicrous. Absolutely. This is actually a win con, a common win con. This was actually in my top 10 best cards from the new Phyrexia set, so watch that video if you haven't yet. Some really cool cards on that list. But essentially, it's a pretty simple strategy. We want to proliferate, then proliferate twice. It can be quite slow, and Techathile does die pretty easily because it's one of the hardest Dominuses to give indestructibility to, just because we don't have loads and loads of counters early on. We can later on, but early on it's going to be tricky. So you want to cast this out for 5 mana normally, and then protect it with like a Shore Up or even a Dive Down to give it hexproof. Protect him at all costs, cast him late. In the meanwhile, you're doing the blue shenanigans stuff. We've got a lot of sagas as well. The best being Cure Best Sea God. If you get this out next turn, you can proliferate twice and pretty much win the game. Tap all their stuff down. You know, they're not going to have any blockers. And you steal one of their best permanents. Loads of sagas. Make it Saga Tribal. Do what you want. So many different options with this deck. But let's get into the gameplay. Don't forget to check out the deck list below. YouTube has changed the way it works now. So I've had a couple of people say there's no like bookmarks. So I think YouTube has removed bookmarks from the timeline. But they are still in the description. Just go into the description, click it, and you'll still be able to jump to different parts of the video if you get bored. Like you might, well, the irony is people who are bored might not actually be listening to this tip, which would then help them, which would then stop them messaging me saying that they don't see the thumbnail stuff. But anyway, let's get into the video. Drop me a like and a sub if you love the content. If you've been here a while now and you haven't subbed, then what are you doing? You shouldn't be here, or you should sub. There's 2 options. Let's get into the gameplay. Okay, we go first against the old Werebear. And a hand with the River's Rebuke. How can you say no to such a thing? We don't really have much action though. This is the issue with the deck. It's a bit tricky to kind of establish a board presence because we rely on a lot of spells to keep us alive, but Techathile wants a lot of permanents to keep us alive, so we'll see how it gets on. If they go for a turn 1 elf, it'd be a bit annoying, but Witch's Oven. Interesting. So we've got Prologue to Phyresis. Let's just use this at the end of their turn to give them a poison counter. This can literally kill people if they're not careful. This is why going to use spells on their turn is important, because we're making them fear the 2 mana. You see, this could be anything, but they don't realise it's just a poison. I mean, I say just a poison, but more lands. Thrumming Bird. Well, it's all we can do, so we might as well play it. Although they do have 1 infect. This is kind of funny. They can go for the Oyamanatok here if they have the mana, which they do. Right, so I guess we should probably go for the Techathile, because if we do hit them, we're going to proliferate twice, which means they'll be at 3 infect. By all means, this is not meant to be an infected, but this is what I'm talking to you about. The Proliferate makes any deck just that. So yeah, 3. That's already 1/3 of their poison they've got. And the thing about poison is there's no way to remove it. So as long as we can, you know, keep the proliferation up somehow, then we're looking good. So we got 5 mana next turn. I mean, they could kill the Techathile here, but that still doesn't get rid of the Thrumming Bird problem. Biomancer is nice as well. If we get a counter on there, we can put multiple counters on it with the proliferation. And they can't even currently get through. Going for the Selvala there. Wow, they are just absolutely forfeiting there. I mean, they do have 1 mana open, to be fair. So, what do we do? If we went... How funny would this be? How funny would it be if we had 2 Tekathiles here? Would that be funny? For me? For them? Okay, let's swing in. So, we proliferate... Oh, it's a replacement effect, isn't it? So it's still going to only do 2. It's not an additional... Oh, it was! Oh, so it's times... That's crazy! Wait, twice instead. So it's not a replacement effect. It actually... So it's 2... So it's 4 times, right? That's 4. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because normally effects like this would say proliferate an additional time. So that's +1, but this is times 2, but times 2. Okay. Bit of maths for me there. Okay, 2 Tekathiles. Pretty good. What can they have? What's the worst thing they can do here? For 5 mana. Actually, they've got a lot more than 5. This taps for 4 by itself. And we have a River's Rebuke. If we top like a land... So basically, okay, they need something good. What's it going to be? But yeah, this is living the dream. 2 Techathals. Imagine you're just walking around Phyrexia, just minding your own business. Suddenly, 2 Cthulhu Beastmen come up to you and just start prodding you with tentacles. And you're like, oh, not again. Sick of last time. It's a lot of mana. We could just die to whatever the heck this is. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's like 2 extra turn spells. Come on, there's got to be something you've got there. So this bounce, is this bounce or tap? Oh, so it makes things not untap. Oh, we got him. We got him with the Techathile. Okay, we go first. Starting hand is... It's not too bad, actually. It's a little bit risky, but happy to keep. We're facing 2 Chainsaw Bears, as if 1 Chainsaw Bear wouldn't be a threat. I wonder if that's what went through their head when they were deciding that. Like, I want to be Chainsaw Bears, but 1 just isn't scary enough. And they just added another 1 to that. Let's activate this, because I feel like I need to hit a land. It'd be pretty good at some point. Oh my. I guess we'll get rid of the highest casting spell there. But okay, so the cool thing here is we have a counter on here. That's what we want to see, because as soon as we put more counters on this, it means that we get to draw and so on and so forth. Oh, fantastic. So now we can tap this down. And as it's an attack deck, they can't attack with that, sadly. We get to tick up. Oh my goodness, so much proliferation here. We'll get rid of the poison, because we've already won with that today. Let's go down route number 2. Route B. This is pretty cool though. If it could attack, start drawing cards. Flumiridin creates a... So, Flumiridin is the inverse of Living Weapon, which is pretty cool. Equip abilities of you activate of other equipment costs 1 less to activate, and it gives it double strike. Whoa, that artwork's pretty sick. It's like Wonder Woman and Shang-Chi combined. So we could proliferate again. We could bounce the Rebel token to hand. But we need to hit a land drop, don't we? So let's bounce the creature. We get to proliferate, which means we can draw a card. Discard that because we just need lands. Okay, fine. We're going to just keep swinging in with a singular creature. As if we haven't hit another land yet. That's pretty crazy. Okay, we get a land. We get a land. Go for Techathile here. We need to apply varied amounts of threat. The threatometer must be at ouch. We don't want the threatometer to be at let's have a picnic. Bronze plate boar. So, oh my goodness, we got them. We got them with the 1/1. That's actually a 4/4. Alright, opponent goes first with the Skrelv Defector Might. This is an interesting deck because I've not actually seen it in play yet. I know it's basically the new Mother of Runes. I actually have a lore question to ask, however. Does anyone know what it's defecting from? Is it defecting from the Phyrexians itself? So is this now against like Elishon and stuff? Or is it working, is it defecting against the humans? Maybe. Not entirely sure. Double Strike Toxic. Oh my god. So they can just give this protection or mono white infect. Who would have thought? Who would have actually thought? Okay, so now they're going here. I'm going to bounce to the hand. If it's a whole deck of just mono white infect, it's going to be pretty scary. Ooh, inventive iteration. It's good, but it's a bit too slow. They already have 2 creatures out, so I need the manas. Let's go for the manas. So if they go for the Skrelv here, I might bounce this. They only cost 1 mana and they can't use it because it doesn't have haste. Yeah, so what is he defecting? Because in the artwork, he's biting like a Phyrexian finger. Maybe in the story it tells you, but I don't read the stories, but I like to know the lore. I just don't have time to read them, sadly. Toxic again, yeah, fair enough. So tap it. It doesn't untap. So hexproof from that colour means that enchantments won't drop off. So if this said protection, then anything enchanted would fall off. So let's give that tapping. And sadly we don't have any proliferation there because that also proliferates, which is kind of crazy. Ooh, I don't like it. I don't like it. So we could tap something else with the Time of Ice. Probably tap down the Jawbone Duelist here. We want to basically immobilize their army as much as we can. They're going to flicker it. This could be a very quick game, guys. That's 1, 2, 3, in fact. Are there actually any cards in the set that say infect? I don't think there are there? Tap target creature again. So they're going to flicker... Oh my god, they're going to flicker the whole team. That's just horrendous. As if they had a way to flicker the whole team. Okay, well, we'll go for a creature, see if they've got any response. We've got a blocker now, at least, unless they've got a kill spell. Goodness me. So this could give something unblockable, which is not very nice. But anything that's tapped here in our turn will just bounce back to their hand in our turn. So let's hope they've got an answer. Oh no, they've got an answer. Oh my god, we're getting absolutely pegged by this weenie might. Okay, I mean, what can I say? We're at 9 in fact. The whole team bounces though. Maybe it's not that bad. Let's see if we can get an answer here with the old Teffy. Mr. Teff. Get rid of the ramp, because that's just way too slow. Okie dokie, let's see what they do. I mean, it's probably good that they used the flicker spells there, because it means they can't do it on the apparition. If we just need something to kill their stuff, because we're desperate, aren't we? We can't take any more infect. If they can proliferate, we just die. Let's draw a card here. Spark double. How many effectors do they have? I guess we'll get rid of the prologue. Prologue 4/5, yeah, because we want to do 2 things next turn. Jeez. How do we stop them here? I guess we can draw another card. Goodness me. We're just getting loads and loads of lands or useless things. So 5, 6. So let's think about this. I think we have to go for Spark Double. I don't think we can survive. I do not think we can survive. We can phase 2 things out. Tezzeret. Oh, jeez. How many effectors do they have? 1, 2, 3. We could literally kill ourselves. Let's see how silly they are. Let's see if they don't see it here. All they have to do is just attack us with everything. It's pretty simple. Just attack us with everything and they win. Yeah. Yeah, they found it. Well done. So yeah, because we can only face 2 things and we're at 9 effect. Oh well, that was a pretty... I mean, it was a pretty straightforward game actually, but yeah, in fact, mono white, pretty good, I have to say. Opponent goes first with a Techathile, and it's a mirror match. We always have to show a mirror match, don't we? Well, we don't have to, but it just seems to be the case. Got Leyline in the opening hand, which is very juicy indeed, always good. And we're on the draw, which does kind of make up for that a little bit. Fantastic, so we can play reactively now. Oh, having Flash versus Blue is so powerful. Right, I think we're going to go for... We're going to Flash in the Search in their turn. My god. So good. So good. Staff of Completion. So it's like a mana rock, but it pays life so people can't break it. I like it. So flash this in. So they can just get us with all sorts of blue spells. Land is actually decent. I want a land here. And yeah, we'll pass a turn. We'll probably flash in the Strixhaven Stadium end of their turn. Gives us a humongous edge here. And we love big edges. They don't have full art lands though, so I don't know how I feel about this. Right, so they're going to pass. So let's go for the Strixhaven Stadium. It's the flavour is very weird. We're just going to flash in a Quidditch Stadium. If anyone was going to do that, it would be Teferi, to be fair. Oh, Mirari Conjecture. But we don't have any spells in the graveyard, so... Teferi, to be fair, that's a tongue twister, isn't it? Right, let's pass back to them. I mean, are they going to do something now? Mind Splice Apparatus. Beginning of your upkeep, put an oil counter on it. Instant sorceries cost 1 less for each oil counter on it. Okay. That is a bit scary. We actually don't have one of these in our deck, but I would probably put one in. Very strange card. Having Flash is very, very strange. What are they going to do? They've got 3, 4, 5 mana. Their spells cost 1 less. This is scary. Guild Pact Informant. Okay, 4, 5. Do we want to go for 1 spell or 2 spells? I think 4, 5. 5. It's a weird old... Yeah, so we need 6 to do all the good stuff. I do think I want to flash in the Behold the Unspeakable. Because it will also... It can't deal damage to us until your next turn, though. Okay, fine. We'll just get it out there. Because in our turn, this... Well, if it resolves, it will go to stage 2. So we draw some cards, which is always good. And this Search for Scant is putting in some work as well. Tez. Tez. I like that. Oh, River's Rebuke as well. Can't really complain about that, can we? We should probably do that end of their turn, shouldn't we? See, I really want to go for stuff, but there's no point because it's flash speed. If this hits us, though, we might be in a bit of trouble. I do believe, though, if we can resolve the River's Rebuke, we just win, because they're on 3 mana, and there's no way they're coming back from this. Although this Mind Splice Apparatus... 5, 6... Cost second spell. So they're going to go to combat. Let's see how they... Let's see what they do to this. Because this can block. And this needs to deal damage. Okay. They're scared now, aren't they? We've just scared them off. Gain control. Oh boy. So whenever a player... So we're going to connive before them, yeah? But we have the flipping... Oh, we go for... Oh, what do we do? We'll go for Tez. My cat's scratching the bloody carpet. God damn it. Just stop it. Okay, we'll get rid of the Guardian Idol, I think. So they do get the Ledger Shredder. But... Do they want to... So if they counter Tez, it's good for us, because we can just use the River's Rebuke. So they can cast any 3 mana spells they want here. As if they stole our Ledger Shredder. So we get a creature. Okie dokie. So this makes artifacts tap for less, but... Okay, let's just draw and discard here, see what we hit. We probably should have gone for the Ominous Seas first, to be honest. Just got 2 cards. 2. Yeah, probably don't need that. And 5, 6, 7 mana. Yeah, we'll pass to them, I think. I really want them to tap this out. If they tap this for any reason, I'm just going to River's Rebuke and we're just going to win the game because they're not going to have any mana. Oh boy. Well, what can I say? I am a master of the old reactions. So they've got 3 mana now. Told you. We go first against the Rhino Man. Let's keep this hand. It's decent. Go for the tap man first. So Rhino Man, whenever you attack, double target creature's power. Good old-fashioned classic magic, which is what I love to see. It's very rare you see linear attack decks like this. Okay. I'm going to draw some cards. Choice of Fortunes is good. And I'm happy with those, so let's decline. If you use this card, by the way, don't forget the boon that this gives you. You have no maximum hand size for the whole rest of the game. It's pretty cool. It's interesting that they called this static ability it gives you a boon, because it's been around for a long time. There's some old cards which give you abilities like this, like epic spells. Okay, so they went for... They didn't want to attack, so they've got 2 mana open. Could be a Braid? Could be a Braid. I guess we can find out what it was with the old Key to the Archive, which is a lovely card. I guess, well, none of these are just blue, so we might as well take the best one. And we've literally got nothing to proliferate with. So we'll get rid of the Guild Pact Informant, because it's just... with his current board state, it doesn't really do anything. Oh, look at that. Rest in peace, Jace. She's talking to Jace when he was a human. Spoiler alert, Jace is not really human anymore. He's more robotic. Freelance Muscle. Love it. This is a Capenna. This is a Capenna build. If this is an innocent deck, I feel really bad for them. I'm so sorry. I feel... Let's take the one with the multiverse. Love it. Love this card. And then we've got Techathile with some mana open to protect it. Or him or her. I don't know what gender this thingy bob is. Freelance Muscle gets +X/+X, where X has greatest power among creatures. Okay, so this is going to get to be an 8/8. Setos. Oh, other creatures. Okay. So, let's try and block the Scaled Nurturer here. See what they do. They're going to do something, surely. Ember Cleave. Cleave, Ember Cleave. We can actually make it survive. There's going to be 3 times... So that's 6. So we can give it... +3 toughness. Oh no, wait, hang on a sec. So if this will give it... That'll make it 4/6, so that'll still die. So we have to go dive down. So sadly, we won't kill it here. But we won't die either, so... Oh, wellity, wellity. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, let's go for 1 with the multiverse. Love this spell. Once during each of your turns. So I think it might be best to bounce this creature to their hand. And that means we'll force them to equip it to the Freelance Muscle. But it's 3 to equip it, so... Oh my god. That's going to be powerful. That's going to be 10 double strike if they do that. Okay, maybe this isn't as linear deck as I thought. Maybe Raw Power is very good. Okay, so that's 10. Trample double strike. Can they make it even bigger? Technically. Okay, so they're going to kill me old Mucker. Me old Squidward. Down to 8 life. Ledger Shredder. Heath Ledger Shredder. On the top. Let's go for that. Oh no, wait. We can just use normal mana. Yeah, let's use normal mana because obviously, say 2 mana. Go for the Mirari Conjecture for 3 because that's 5. That's got to be one of the most expensive. And then we can also get a spell back. So go for the Perilous Voyage to hand, and we haven't played a land. This is silly. This is even better than Bullsita. Oh, silliness. We don't have Flash though, so we'll probably need to... Let's deploy the Tekuthal, and then we can bounce their creature in their turn with the... Or then maybe we just do it now. Nah, we'll do it now, because if they have any hexproof effects, we're just screwed. Yeah, I mean, they had a treasure there, so... It's going to take them a bit of time to deploy. I do think we probably have them, though. Especially with the Demonic Tutor. Always play the land first. Go for the Tutor. Cast out for 3. What kind of interesting ways can we win? There aren't really interesting ways, are there? They're all the same ways. There's always River's Rebuke. Oh, please don't hate me, guys. I feel really bad now. I feel really bad. Okay, fine. We won't keep counter spells. How about that? Challenge run. We're at 8, though. We're at 8. We could die. We could legit get absolutely murdered here. Right. Okay, they haven't quit, so I don't feel bad anymore. If they had quit, I would feel bad. But I'm going back and taking back the feeling bad. I no longer feel bad, okay? So this is an official statement. I do not feel bad, okay? Because we could just straight up die. Let's get rid of the land again. We're getting a lot of those, aren't we? So if they concede to any other spell now, I was never a bad person, okay? That's how that works. See if I can just still cast that as well. This is just silly. So until end of turn, whenever you cast instant sorcery, copy it. So we do not, I repeat, we do not want to proliferate here. We want to go to our turn with the Mirari Conjecture. So yeah, we'll keep this and flip this. Oh wow, we're about to gain a quarter of our life. Oh my goodness. This is insanity. Okay. If that spells... Okay, no, sorry, I thought that was something else, but still. So, what can we do? Let's cast this. So we get a copy of that. Put one into a hand. So we don't... Okay, no counterspell run. Elden Ring, no counterspell run. Let's try and win with combat damage. Put one of these into hand. Mu Yanling, of course. Oh my. Oh my. Bounce the dragon thingy. Oh, we're going to get 2 copy. Well, 1 copy, to apologise. 1 copy. And yeah, see? I didn't win with counters. No.
Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.